Day 3. Our 4 survivors of the siege have made it yet another day. Let's see how they can reinforce their shelter and make it through one more night. Can we keep everybody alive? For the previous playthrough, I'll put a card right up here. For the tutorial, I'll put that card up right after. Should be up there now. Hopefully, if I did it right. Howdy and welcome back. I'm Mike. I'm your board gaming every dude. And this is this war of mine. It's morning. Let's find out what kind of event has taken place. We've got one cold token. It's not too cold because we've got a board up to keep us warm. Add 1 cold to the cold space. I can handle that. Reality impact. Something unexpected has happened. Draw a card from the colors deck to determine the color of the script. Then reveal the top card of the events deck and check the number with that color on it. Afterwards, shuffle the event card into the appropriate chapter of the events deck. Find that number in the book of scripts and resolve the corresponding text. After you resolve this card, remove it from the game. Alright. Flip over the next event card. It's going to be a chapter. Reveal the top card of the events deck, and it is not one with a number, so we have to flip over the next one, which, hey, kind of lets us cheat in preview a little bit. It's going to be, I probably shouldn't do this, but it says preview, so there's going to be a famine coming. So we know in the future that the value of canned food, raw food, and vegetables is raised by 3. That's both good and bad. It costs more to get them, but they're worth more in trade. That's not what I'm flipping this over for. I'm looking for a color. So I have to flip over a color card. It's blue. I got fortunate. Blue is going to be number 368 in the book of scripts. We'll put these back how they were. We'll shuffle this up and help me remember that number, 368. And let's find out what happened. Also, if you enjoy this content, if you want to support this channel, I always appreciate that. There's the free way. Give me a like. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. If you don't like it, please don't subscribe. That makes absolutely no sense. And if you really don't like it and you dislike, that helps me. So I wouldn't recommend that either. But if you do, that's a free way. Another is through affiliates. So I've got some nice t-shirts here. Into the AM reached out to me, and I like their stuff. It fits well. So you can always grab a nice cool shirt for yourself. I'll put the link in the description below and usually in a pinned comment. If you buy through that link, then you get 10% off, and somehow that comes to the channel as well. I don't remember right offhand. But anyway, so this is a cool one. It's got like the 80s vibe that I like for the channel. It's got the cassette, and I'll turn around. There you go. Make sure you can see that. Oh my goodness. There you go. I'm getting too old for that. I'm getting way too old for it. But yeah, cool stuff. They've got a t-shirt program of like $15 a month, and they send a new t-shirt each month, or you can just grab the ones you like. Good material, nice stretch and fit. I'm about 170 pounds, about 5'10", and this is a size large, if that gets an indication of the sizing that's right for you. All right, let's get back to the game. 368. Beggars can't be choosers. I don't want to know what this used to be. What matters is that it's pretty salty and, nutritious. Thanks for getting it to me. You may lower the hunger by 1 for a maximum of 2 characters, but only at the cost of raising their misery by 1. Back to the game. Well, my characters need to stay fit, so hunger is more important than misery at this point. So I am going to lower Chivetta's hunger by 1 and raise her misery to 2. I'm going to lower Katia's hunger by 1 and raise her misery to 2. So right now, nobody's hungry. So if I can end this night with no one being hungry, the trouble is I only have 2 food, so I need to get 2 food because all the characters' hunger must be 0. That's going to be rough. Okay. All right. Well, there's our event. What else we got in the morning? I think we're all set. Yep. Let's go to our day actions. All right. So, first of all, some people are going to need to rest. So, as far as actions, Katia's got 1 action available. Pavle's got 2. Boris has 2. And Chivetta has 2. Again, for the walkthrough, go back to the first video in this series that I linked earlier, and I'll try to put it in the description as well. We're kind of just going to play through and see how these characters survive. So Katia needs to rest. Katia is going to go to the bed so we can lower her fatigue by 2. I don't have anything to lower misery at the moment. I do have parts, so we are able to build things now, but we don't have any wood and we don't have any components. So we need to explore, and we also need to trade. We need someone to go outside so we can trade and hopefully get 2 more food. So let's dig through some rubble. I'm going to send Pavle to dig through the rubble with a shovel. And I'm going to send, I can't build anything, so we need to explore even more. Let's see, where's the ladder? The ladder's right here. Oh boy. Dig through again? I think so. I think we need to dig through this rubble with our other shovel. And we are going to go outside and we're going to try to trade. So let's do this. First of all, take a nap. So Katia's fatigue is reduced by 2. So she no longer is fatigued at all. She used 1 action. She has 2 actions left. That's awesome. Now, let's dig through the rubble. Here we go. Flip this over. And we only have to dig through 1 more time now. Same thing here. We're going to dig through, so we get to flip that over. And they'll have to dig 1 more time. Now let's go outside. Oh, wait a minute. No. No, I don't want to. Oh. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But, you know what, for the sake, I got to remember that Katia can negotiate. So she doesn't have to pay the fee. I keep doing this over and over and over. But I've already committed, so let's do it. Let's roll. 10, good. If it was a 1, we would have been hit by a sniper. So we're okay. Flip over the visitors. Starving neighbor. A neighbor begs for any food you can spare. If you decide to share by discarding from storage 1 canned food, a raw food, or a vegetable, roll the black die and compare the results with each character's empathy. A result that is equal to or less than a character's empathy equals lower their misery by 1. If you decide not to share and you have such tokens, roll the black die and compare the result with each character's empathy. A result that is equal to or less than a character's empathy equals raise their misery by 1. If you do not have such tokens in storage, nothing happens. I cannot. If I share 1 vegetable, then I'm going to lose this, and everyone's misery is going to be ridiculous. But my characters all have such high empathy that I can't afford the other option. So I'm going to, whatever. This is 2 empathetic a crew. They are going to feed the starving neighbor. So we're going to discard a vegetable and roll and hope for the best. Nobody's starving on our watch. 8. Are you kidding me? That's awful. Wait a minute. Nothing bad happens, though. We just don't get to lower. So this is higher than everyone's empathy. Except Chivetta. So Chivetta Misery goes down by 1. That's good. A result that is equal to or less than. Is anybody at 8? No. So that was a terrible roll, but the neighbor 8, we'll take it. Shuffle this back into the visitor's deck. So that was almost entirely a loss for us. At least the neighbor got to eat. At least the neighbor got to eat. All right, everybody back. And let's do our next. I want someone else to rest. I want Boris to rest for his second action. So Boris, come on down here and take a nap. I'm going to send Katia outside for her second action. I'm going to send Chivetta to dig through remnants with a shovel. And I'm going to send... I'm also going to... Oh, I'm sorry. This is... Yeah, that's Pavle. I'm going to send Pavle to dig through with a shovel. All right, so let's lower Boris's fatigue. So he is no longer fatigued at all, which means he gets one more action, fortunately. And then we've got Rubble Remnants, so let's remove this card from the game. Excellent. Good job, everybody digging through. And then we've got Chivetta. She dug through successfully, got through all that rubble. That was a lot of work, but we got it. We got it. And now we're going to go outside, and let's really hope for something good. Please don't get hit by a sniper, Katia. Good. Good job. So she has stayed hidden. We're going to shuffle these up really good, and I just need to trade for food. I need food so bad. I mean, look, I want to help the others, but my people need to eat too. So, let's go. Beggars. Beggars are asking for food and meds. If you decide to share by discarding from the storage any green or yellow tokens with a total value of 5 or more, roll the black die and compare the result with each character's empathy. A result that is equal to or less than a character's empathy equals lower their misery by 1. If you decide not to share, and you have such tokens, roll the black die and compare the result with each character's empathy. A result that is equal to or less than a character's empathy equals raise their misery by 1. I can trade. I can do that. I can help the beggars. I can give them sugar and 1 chem and 1 herb for a total of 5. I can do that. And I can roll the black die because this crew is too empathetic. And it's not a bad thing. And lowering misery isn't bad. I just really hope it's a low roll, please. 2. Everybody gets to lower their misery. That's excellent. So we're going to discard these. It's not food, which is what I need really bad. But, I mean, whatever. We're going to do what we can do. Okay. Shuffle this card back into the visitor's deck. Shuffle real good. And lower that character. All the characters' misery gets lowered because they all have empathy higher than 2. So no more misery for Chivetta. That's excellent. And only 1 misery for Katia. I'll take it. All right. Everybody has taken their turn. So let's all get back to where we were. And Chivetta has used all her turns. She has a wound, so Chivetta is going to have to sit this one out. Boris gets 1 more turn. And so I'm going to send Boris to search the heap over here and get some materials. Then I'm going to send Pavle is fatigued, so he is done. I'm going to send Katia back outside because we just need food. I just need food. I just want someone to show up to trade food. I don't know what else to do. Or I can search the heap, and we can consider the food a loss because this visitors trade thing, but I'm not going to find food in a heap. I'm not going to find food in a heap, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. All right, let's carry this out. Let's search the heap first. I gain 1 electrical part, 1 water, and 3 components. Not bad. Let's get our stuff. 1 water, 3 components, and 1 electrical part. Boy, we're swimming in electrical parts now. Got 3 of them. Okay, I can live with that. And remove this card from the game. Cool. Now, what's going on, Katia? We are risking it today going out this much, but we need to. It's a 2. That was close. All right. Who's at the door? An arrival with food to trade. Thank you. Thank you. A gravely wounded stranger asks for shelter. I can't take this person in. We have a shelter of 4, and that's the most we can take in. So, if you decide not to take this person in, I have to. You may buy any items this person is carrying with a trade commission of 3. I sent Katia out. When trading with Katia, trade commission is lowered to 0. She's negotiating even though we're turning them away, but we are turning them away. They have food to spare. They need something else. So we're going to help each other with this trade. I need to look at this. Okay, so here's what I've got. Raw food and 3 vegetables. So everyone gets to eat tonight, folks. Everybody gets to eat tonight. And we helped beggars, and we helped someone who was hungry. And we have we are helping each other survive. This is love and hope in action. This is beautiful. All right, so what can we give this person? We need a total of 15 to get 3 vegetables, or raw food is worth 10. Here's what I'm going to trade. I'm going to trade moonshine for 3, and chems gives me 4, and 1 cigarette, that's 5. That's 1 vegetable. I'm going to trade a shovel. That's 1 more vegetable plus a point. I'm going to trade an electrical part. I'm not... Meds, I don't need them yet. I don't need them yet, and no one is sick yet. So, meds for 10 to give me raw food. So we've got a vegetable, raw food, and we want a shovel is going to be a vegetable plus an extra, right? So raw food, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we can keep the cigarette. As unhealthy as it is, someone has the habit, whatever, we'll deal with that later. So here's 2 vegetables, and here is raw food. So, good. They have medicine, they have chems, they have a shovel to help them find more. They got some moonshine, just to help them have a little joy tonight. And I get my food. So let's make that trade saved our lives. And I hope it saved theirs too. All right. Oh, let's get my food out. Oh my goodness. I got so excited there. Everybody gets to eat tonight. Everybody gets to drink water. And everybody gets to eat. That is the way to end the day. I may not have built a darn thing, but everybody gets to eat tonight. So, I'm happy. I'm very happy. All right. Shuffle this card back into the visitor's deck. I know we have to send the wounded stranger away because we can't take them in, but we sent them away with meds. Would have been better with bandages. We didn't have bandages, so maybe they'll come by again. I don't know. I got to remember that I've got this close call and dead on, but these are for combat and night raids. So I want a hatchet, is what I want to find. I really want to find a hatchet. Okay, that's all of our actions. Oh my goodness. Let's go to our journal and let's go to the dusk. 1 water for everybody's eating. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 waters discarded. I'm going to use a raw food for Chivetta. She is no longer hungry. So, good. There we go. Raw food. 4 waters and vegetables for everybody else. So nothing happens to their hunger. It doesn't get worse. It doesn't get better. But no one is hungry. That's right. We made hard decisions. We helped people, and somehow we ended this day, and no one is hungry. I've never seen that happen. That just makes me love this group. All right, it's evening. What are we going to do? Nobody's sleeping in a bed tonight. I could have Pavle sleep. He has a fatigue of 1. So we'll consider that. We'll consider Pavle sleeping, but we've got night raids coming up and no weapons. So I think I'm going to put 2 people on guard, and I'm going to send out 2 people to search. So Katia is going out to search, and Chivetta is going to stand guard, actually. So Chivetta and Boris are going to stand guard because Boris has prowess of 2, which gives me re-rolls. Chivetta doesn't, but at least she gets a roll. At least she gets a roll. And I've got some inventory of 4 for Pavle. You know what? We need items. We need items, and we don't have anything insane really to steal. So actually, now is the time. I'm gonna send if they choose to wreck the storage. But the thing is, if I don't leave someone to guard that night raid, and they leave wounds, then we're in trouble. We need items. I'm sending Boris and I'm sending Katia, and I'm leaving these 2 to guard, and I need weapons. Man, without a weapon, I'm just going to be in trouble. My gut tells me don't get greedy. So, here we go. Boris is staying. The thing is, we need to bring back water because I don't have a water collector. So that's 3 item spaces taken. That's Katia right there. Katia, that's 3 spaces. We're doing it. We're going to risk it. We're going to risk it. We believe in these 2. The night raids are not awful yet. I think we can do this. Lower everybody's, or raise everyone's fatigue by 1. Okay. So fatigue of 2 is not good. Everyone else is just going up by 1. I can handle that. Fatigue of 1 and fatigue of 1. Okay. Now I've done that. We have finished our evening phase. Oh boy. Let's go to scavenging. Let's choose our equipment and our location. So first the location. We've got Central Square is close, and there we can find it. It actually looks to me like the hotel is the better. There's a basement entrance with a closed door, which means I need a lockpick. So I'm going to take a lockpick. Special findings: books, cigarettes, coffee, alcohol, and jewelry. We need coffee, so hopefully we roll that. And we can always search around there as well. We'll decide if that's worth it. So we're going to get 12 exploration cards, but let's see what we want to take. If we want to trade anything. I don't have anything to trade. Everything is like a full pound to carry, which I don't want. We don't need a shovel that I'm aware of. The cigarettes, I mean, I'll take one, or actually, I'll take two to trade, and we'll just see. I'd prefer to keep them. I'd prefer to keep one in storage. Okay. We're already playing a little risky, so now we begin our exploration. Let's do it. Going to draw 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Into the unknown. And let's explore, folks. Someone's here. Raise the noise by 3. Are you kidding? It was supposed to be started at 1, so 1, 2, 3. That's terrible. This is a really... Or end exploration here. We have a really ugly residence deck, but we're not there yet. We could end exploration there and come back with water and wood, actually. And considering that we have no weapons, I almost think we should. That would be 1, 2, 3 water, and that leaves... So that takes us down to 6 inventory. We could come back with 5 wood and 1 component. And I'm going to do that, actually. So we're going to bring this down. Or end exploration. I'm going to do it. I know that is not the most exciting night out. But we're going to end our scavenging. We're going to come back with 3 water. And 1 component. I get a total of 9 pounds. So these are each a pound. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pieces of lumber. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We might be starting out a little rough the next day, but you know what? This is the right choice. So we are ending scavenging, and it's time for the night raids. So let's go to our night raids. We chose our findings, but they're not back yet. Choose weapons for the guards. I don't have any. And I get to draw a night raid card. Starving people isn't good. Any 4 tokens and 1 wound. I have a board up, so I automatically prevent 1, and that's going to be the wound. I'm going to prevent the wound. I'm going to see if Pavle is able to defend. So he is melee. So we're going to roll our gray unarmed die. He gets 1 reroll. Let's see if he prevents anything. Nothing. So I get 1 reroll. Come on. Come on, buddy. All right, so he prevents 1. So far we're only losing 3 tokens. We're only going to lose 3 tokens starting with green. And let's go and see if Chavetta. Come on, Chavetta. You really stepped up last time. Oh, you did it. You did it, Chavetta. I feel for the starving people. I hate that they have to fight this, but so they get two things starting with green. So there's 1 green and 1 other thing of my choice. Mechanical parts are of the least value. However, they also are, I need both of them, so I'm doing the electrical part. So we're discarding 2 of those. They prevented wounds. They did a fantastic job with no weapons. And I'm sorry that the starving people didn't get any food. I don't know what to do about that. Okay. So the exploration deck, let's shuffle this up. And we will move into the dawn phase. We survived that. Let's go. Let's shuffle this up. I may have shuffled it. I don't remember. Now I have to do the crime wave, which means I have to put 2 cards in. And I only have night raids left. So I'll take 2. And these are going to make night raids more dangerous from this point forward. All right. So the game ramps up from here. Now, let's go to our dawn phase. Scavenging party returns. Okay, welcome back home, guys. So you made it through the night. I know you didn't do a lot of exploring. You played it safe. But honestly, we needed water. And because you took one of the cigarettes, at least, you know, one person's habit is saved. Coffee, didn't get any coffee. Didn't get any weapons. But we'll live the best we can. Okay. Now we're going to assign our meds, draw our fate cards, and our narrative action card during this dawn phase. And actually, we have a special item we can use during the dawn phase, which is going to be map 566. At any point at the beginning, we can use this. So we're going to do that. We're going to go to our script book, map 566, to find out what's up. 566. Right? Map 566. Okay. At the beginning of any dawn phase, we may go to the place indicated on the map, where, among the junk, we will supposedly find a great deal of useful equipment. Remember, an older gentleman that we let in gave us this map. Choose one or more characters and see 1791. Well, I'm going to send Boris because of his prowess, and I'm going to send Katina because of her negotiation. And let's go to 1791. And let's hope it's not a trap. 1791. We pass a few blocks as instructed by the limping man. Our trip ends in some weed-filled backyard. There's nothing here. But wait. Let's check all the storage rooms in these rundown warehouse buildings. And yet, in one of the empty storage rooms, we discover a passage to another room, and there, old rugs have been turned into makeshift tents. There are other tents made from car parts and rags. There's nobody here. The warehouse must have been used as one of the black market supply centers. We find suitcases full of calculators, typewriters, rugs cut into pieces, along with some destroyed equipment. Change 566 on the map token to 1791. Okay. Where is it? Right there. 1791. Okay. Let's rewrite that. 1791. And we'll put it on the back too. Map. 1791. From now on, we can come here at the beginning of any dawn phase, search the place further, and take some of the equipment to the shelter. This site is really near to our home. On each trip, including this one, we can bring back to the shelter one mechanical part, one electrical part, one weapon part, 5 components, and 5 wood. Ignore the character's inventory. That is incredible. I get to bring all that back. We might survive. And that's always there. So we're going to be doing this every dawn. Let's do it. 5 components, 5 wood. So we're going to take a component and put it under storage of 5. A wood and put it under storage of 5. Electrical part, mechanical part, weapon part. Wow. I'm glad we helped that gentleman. Sometimes it doesn't pay off, sometimes it does. 1 electrical part. 1 mechanical part. And was there something else? Oh my goodness, I'm always forgetting. Yes, 1 weapon part. Okay. Wow. Rest of the dawn phase. Okay. What am I missing? We did that. Now so they stay in here. We draw a fate card at the beginning of dawn. Make sure I'm not missing anything. That's why I have That's why I have the journal book. Dawn phase. Dawn phase. Assign meds and bandages. We don't have any. I wish we did. Draw the fate card. Okay. Raise the illness of all ill characters who did not take any meds, herbal meds, by 1. Discard herbal meds from all characters. If cold tokens minus board ups equals 4 or more, raise the illness of 3 chosen characters by 1. No, there's 2 cold tokens and 1 board. We're okay. Exchange the nearest location. So the central square is now out of the game. We found a hotel that's a little closer. There's a sniper junction. I just don't know if we'll ever want to go there. And a garage far off in the distance. Resolve weight tokens. I don't have any out. Resolve Spirit A on all character cards. Afterwards, shuffle this back into the Fate deck. Okay, let's resolve Spirit of A. Chivetta. If any character in the group is hungry, level 3, raise Chivetta's misery by 1. Nope. Boris. If Boris is fatigued, level 2 or 3, raise his misery by 1. Nope. Pavle. No effect. Katia. Habit. Discard 1 coffee from the storage or raise Katia's misery by 1. She's at misery of level 2 now. A lot of this is because of her addiction to coffee. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? All right, we drew the fate card. Now we draw a narrative action. Secret storage. Play at the beginning of the night raid phase. Place any 3 tokens or resources from the storage on this card. They are ignored when the night raid damage is resolved. After playing this card, remove it from the game. So powerful. So I have not used any of these 3. And they're all going to help us survive. We keep them until we use them. So we are doing incredibly well keeping each other alive. And I do want to say that something in this game is your first few plays, you're learning the strategy, and the strategy is very thematic, actually. Much like in the real Siege, how, on the first days, people are struggling to figure out how to do things, and you figure out how things work over time. So you have to replay this several times. But even then, you may just have a hard time of it. Okay. Narrative actions. What's next? We're at the end of Dawn. We are not going to use any alcohol. We don't have it to reduce misery, and nobody died or abandoned. We are entering Chapter 2.